The 18th National Jamboree at Rohat Pali in Rajasthan has come to an end. The valedictory day was a glorious day for Dr. Cyrus Wadia, a cardiologist from Mumbai who has been in Scout and Guide movement ever since he was 5 years old. The world body of the Scout has honored him by giving him the prestigious Asia Pacific Award for his contribution to Scouting movement in India. Dr. Wadia has flown all the way from Bombay to be present to receive this coveted award, which is a rare moment for any Scout, for the reason that the hard work and good work that he has put in has finally been rewarded. Dr. Cyrus Wadia joined the Scout as a cub when he was barely 5 years old and in Bombay, and he was in school. Dr. Wadia, what do you feel about the honor being bestowed on you?
Well, what can I say? It is a great honor that the APR has bestowed on me. I'm happy that they have realized the work that I have put in for them. Actually, this honor is superficial. I would have done the same thing without any honor.
But what is creditable is that even at this stage you are still active in the Scout movement. What inspires you to do all this?
Scouting is a way of life. Right from childhood, through adolescence, through adulthood, I was lucky to have been inculcated with the fine values that Scouting represents. I must thank my Scout master, Reverend Father Moore of my school, Campion School in Bombay, who was also my Scout master. And things that became automatic to me were all thanks to him.
Dr. Wadia, how do you feel today after being honored with the Asia Pacific Regional Award for excellence in and your contribution to Scout?
Well, at the best I can say thank you for the recognition that the APR has bestowed upon me. Scouting is a way of life from me. This was inculcated in my school days by my principal, who was also my Scout master, Reverend Father Moore. And it has held me in good stead right throughout my life. All the fine values of being a good person had been inculcated into me by him, and I carried on the work very happily.
But how long since you being a busy doctor, practicing cardiologist, still you find time for Scout, even after having put in years of good work for Scouting, but still you find time to devote to Scout movement?
You see, as I once told somebody, Scouting is my profession. Medicine is my sideline. So you can understand the involvement that I had in the movement. And you can always find time. There's plenty of time, spare time, which you can put in for the good work in scouting. Besides studying, besides practicing medicine by itself.
How many national jamborees have you attended, Dr. Wadia?
As a scout, I attended 2 jamborees. The second in Jaipur and the third in Bangalore.
Jaipur is hosting, Rajasthan is hosting a national jamboree after 1956, which you attended in Jaipur. What do you find is the difference, and what is the transformation that these national jamborees have undergone, because you are a grand old man of Indian Scouting? What is the transformation that jamborees you have seen from after having been a witness to the 1967 Jamboree?
The hallmark of scouting is it's a movement. It always moves, and it moves for the better. To compare 1956 with 2023 would be fallacious, absolutely fallacious, because things have changed, people have changed, ideas have changed, but the fundamentals of scouting have persisted right through.
Scouting is a movement which is very popular, and India has a very large number of scouts and guides. Yet, the moment for a country, they more and more, the number is only 60 lakhs enrolled scouts and guides in the country. What should be done to see that the number grows?
See, compared to the times when I was a scout and today, the youth have been occupied by several things. The electronic media, the phone, the TV. When I was a scout, these things didn't exist. The best entertainment that we could have was go to a movie once a week. Now things have changed. But as I told you again, the fundamentals of scouting never change, and that is why scouting is progressive with one aim in mind.
What do you think of the Rohat Pali's Jamboree, which has attracted over 37,000 scouts and guides from all over the country, and that has made it one of the biggest ever attended Jamboree?
Yes, I must congratulate the Bharat Scouts and Guides for having put up such a show. As we say, we are progressing, and every Jamboree is better than the previous one. I can't talk about the 1956 Jaipur Jamboree because things were different. Things were absolutely different. The number who attended were less, much less, far less than this. But this was a monumental figure today. And we hope that by the next Jamboree we collect 50,000 scouts and guides for this.
That is a very big hope. Dr. Wadia, do you think the scout movement in this country needs some drastic changes and involve with more contribution to the society and making of a cadre which really helps during the calamity, natural calamity and other things. So we have to train them. You think what role Scout has in future for the country?
See, Scouting is something very different from other organizations. There are several organizations who come out when national calamities occur. But Scouting is unique. It's a sense of self-being. It's a sense of gratification in you that you perform this duty to help others and live a good life according to the Scout law.
Do you think Scout movement in this country has to be adapted in a way so that it can be more productive for the society?
Yes, very true. the scouts and guides in our country should be trained to help other people, to help themselves first, help other people, and give service to everyone when service is necessary. That is the fundamentals of our Scout promise.
Now I would like to ask what should be the role the state government should play to encourage Scout movement by giving grants to them and by helping them in their to propagate the Scout movement. What suggestion do you have for the states and how the state governments and for the central government can help the Scout movement?
This is a very loaded question. Let me give you an example of yesteryear. When we got our independence, several movements sprang up. And one of our Scout leaders, who was very, very friendly with Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister then, asked him that you give grants to so-and-so people, so-and-so people, so-and-so people, but you don't give us grants. And we do so much good work, yet you deny us of this. Nehru replied in a wonderful manner. He says, look here, I will give you grants for 5 years, and if I withdraw the grants on the 6th year, you will collapse. I don't want Scouting to collapse. I want it to progress. That is the reason why I do not want government money to be used to just prop Scouting up. It should prop up by itself. It should live by itself. It should live by its own means. And surprisingly, it did for a very prolonged period. But along the way, it was felt that government help is necessary, especially when you organize a huge function like this Jamboree. Without any government help, you just can't do it. It's impossible. So we have to temper ourselves with taking the government help and with being able to stand on our own feet.
India has never been able to organize a World Jamboree, though it's one of the leading member of the World Scouts movement. But holding a World Jamboree has still been a dream. What do you think of it?
You see, dreams can come true at times. Now, India has never been able to hold an Olympic Games. But today we are dreaming to hold an Olympic game. The same with the Jamboree. We have not held it so far. But who knows, in the future we may. We are dreaming, at least we are dreaming to have such an event. Possibly in the very near future.
Now, what is your best hope for Indian Scouts and Guides and the Scout movement in this country?
You see, when you become a Scout, you take an oath, a Scout promise. And you have a set of 9 rules that is called the Scout law. If we were to follow our oath that we take and follow these rules, which we call the Scout law, I think this would be a utopia for us.
So this was Dr. Cyrus Wadia. Cyrus was a very happy man today, wearing a very broad smile. His services has finally been recognized by the world body, and he has been honored with the Asia Pacific Excellence Award. Dr. Wadia is the grand old man of Indian Scouts movement, and we hope he would do more good to Scout movement in the country. Thank you, Dr. Wadia.
Thank you, sir.
Is it okay?